Hey, what is going on, guys? XpertFusion here, and welcome to my annual death predictions video for The Walking Dead. So this is season 10, of course. Every year I do this. When a new season's starting up, I do death predictions where I go through every single named character. Sometimes I'll leave a few out if they're like not important at all to the story. But I try to keep as many characters as humanly possible, and I go through whether or not I think they're gonna die or not within this specific season. I sometimes do it when there's big episodes coming up as well, like sometimes for finales. And of course, I'm not always correct. I got a lot of flack for my death predictions video for last season for the heads on the pikes, of course. And I did predictions for that. They were pretty damn wrong, and people were livid. They were coming back laughing in my face saying I'm stupid and wrong. They're predictions. I don't read spoilers, so there's no kind of spoilers that are going to be in this video. This is literally just me predicting who I think is going to die based on the story, not based on spoilers or just guessing correctly somehow. It's just based on what makes sense and what I feel like would work the most, right? Also based on behind the scenes stuff, like how the actor's doing and stuff like that. That obviously plays into a role. So let's go through the characters, starting off with Daryl Dixon. He is 100% going to die this season. No, I'm just kidding. He's safe. There's a few characters that I consider to be 100% safe this season, and that's Daryl, Carol, Negan, and Judith. All four of them are safe. I might as well get them just completely out of the way. And it's just because, well, Daryl and Carol, they physically, the actors can't leave, right? Because they signed 3-year contracts. So Daryl and Carol, have to stay in the season. They can still kill them off. They're allowed to, but by their contract, they're not allowed to choose to leave the show. So the only reason they would kill them off is if, they wanted to write them out of the show. But why would they want to write them out of the show? There's no reason. I don't know. Jeffrey Dean Morgan loves this job as Negan. No way he's going to want to leave, and there's no way they're going to kill off Negan. Judith, I mean, come on. No, that's not going to happen. The only reason is if one of the actors died, but that wouldn't happen. God forbid, of course. Then we have Michonne, of course. Let's go over Michonne. Michonne, I think, is safe. Of course, we know this is her final season on the show, but that does not mean she's going to die. Likely, she's going to be going to the Rick movies, maybe the second Rick movie, maybe the third. She's obviously got a lot of work to do with the Marvel films and Black Panther 2 and stuff like that. And I think she wants to spend more time on those bigger movies because she's obviously being offered a lot of big movies because she's a pretty damn good actress. And that doesn't mean she's going to be killed off, though. I think they'll write her out of the show somehow. I don't know how, but they'll write her out and she'll go to the Rick movies. So Michonne is safe. Next up, we have Lydia. Lydia's safe. They wouldn't kill off Henry if they were just going to kill off Lydia also. Lydia is a very important character to the Whisper arc. And after that, in the comics at least, she really isn't that important. But I think they're going to give her a role mainly as kind of like a, not really daughter to Carol and not really a daughter to Daryl either. Just kind of like a guardian to Daryl. Because Daryl is going to look after her no matter what. That's going to happen. We all know that. But to what extent, I don't know. I don't think Carol's going to like adopt her or anything like that. I think Carol's done with kids. I think Carol's never going to have another kid again in her entire life. But I think she's going to be kind of this daughterly figure to Daryl, which would make sense because they've been talking about and hinting at Daryl being a dad for a while. I mean, they had Aaron and Daryl talking in episode 2 of season 9 where Aaron was like, yo, you'd probably be pretty good at this when, Aaron was talking about changing Gracie's diapers and stuff like that. So I think Lydia's going to stay around for a while, and I hope she does. I really do. She's a cool character. Next up, we have RJ. RJ is safe. There'd be no reason to kill him other than just for complete shock value, and unless they wanted to just really mess up Michonne, but why would they want to do that? I don't know. RJ's safe. Eugene, I think, is safe. Eugene is a character that I actually thought was going to be killed off in Season 8. I had this weird inkling feeling. I was like, he might be dying. Like, yeah, they could probably give him this redemption arc for the next season, but maybe he'll do something that'll sacrifice himself and save everyone else, but it'll get him killed. You know what I mean? I thought maybe they'd do that, which he did, change sides at the end of Season 8, of course, but he lived. And I'm glad he did because he's kind of been really cool the past season, so I really am excited to see the future of Eugene. Rosita, I think, is safe as well. Eugene and Rosita are very important characters to the story. They're the OGs. I mean, what do I consider to be an OG? To me, an OG is a character that came before Alexandria's. So basically, any character before Alexandria's introduction, I think I consider an OG. Eugene and Rosita have been here for a while. If they're going to kill them off, I think one of them will be killed off within the future, yes, but not this season. I think maybe 11 or 12 they can do something with one of them, but for now, they're safe. And next up, we go to Father Gabriel, and this is where I'm going to have to give a death to a character, the first character to die, Father Gabriel. I think Father Gabriel is going to be the big death within this season. It's going to be the one that shakes the fans. It's going to be the one that makes us go, holy shit. And I don't know how, I don't know when, but I think it's going to happen this season. They didn't put Father Gabriel with Rosita for no reason. They did not. You know, the comics, they had this little love triangle between Eugene, Siddiq, and Rosita, but out of nowhere in the show, they decided to throw Father Gabriel in the loop. They didn't do that for no reason. They did that because they wanted to do something with Rosita and Father Gabriel's characters. And I think it's going to lead to Gabriel dying, which would be unfortunate because I love Gabriel, but at the same time, it's a prediction. I think it's going to happen. Next up, we have Aaron. Aaron, I think, is 100% safe. I love his character. I love the actor, Ross Marquardt. He's great. I think he's going to last till the end of the series, along with Daryl, Carol, Negan, and Judith. I think they're all going to last till the end of the series, and I think Aaron will too. But Aaron, I'm not, certain about. I'm the other characters, I'm, certain will last for at least another, 4 or 5 seasons, minimum. Aaron, I'm not certain about that, but at the same time, it's very likely. Aaron, they've developed him a lot. I consider him an OG. He didn't technically come before Alexandria. He came an episode or 2 before they introduced it. So I do consider him an OG. And I love his character. And they're doing a lot with him, at least in Season 9. So I think he's going to have a lot more importance through the future seasons. And of course, we need more lead characters because we're losing a lot of them. So a character like Aaron is great as a lead. Siddiq is safe. He's one of the only doctors out there. And I wouldn't see a reason to kill him. I mean, he literally Carl died to save Siddiq, right? Why would they kill him off then? That takes away a big portion of Carl's death. I mean, obviously that wouldn't negate his death as a whole, but it would still take away a big portion of it, which is Siddiq. So Siddiq's safe. Gracie, which is Aaron's adopted daughter, safe. There was no reason to kill her either. We haven't even seen much of her. I don't see why they would do that. Scott, who is a background character who's been here since season 6, and he hasn't really done much throughout the show other than just kind of be a background character, but I think he's going to die. I think they're just going to have him die just to be one of those noticeable characters that we've seen before die, because we need that. This is going to be a war season. This is the Whisperer War. We need characters to die, and we're going to have a lot of background characters that will die within it. So I think Scott is a character that will, in fact, die. Barbara, which is that girl that's been kind of, looking over Judith in past seasons. She was a babysitter. She hasn't really done much. You might not even recognize her. I think she's safe. I don't know why they kill her off. I don't even know if she's going to be in it, honestly. The actress might have just said screw it, because I haven't seen her much in Season 9, at least. Nora, who is a newer character in Season 9, we saw her once. She had 1 or 2 lines of dialogue. I think she's safe. There'd be no reason to kill her off either. At least because I don't think she's going to go to the war. I mean, she doesn't look like a fighter type person. You know what I mean? I don't know. Laura is, of course, one of these savior chicks who is still alive. I think she's going to die. And we need more, like I said, familiar faces that have had lines. They're not just random characters that just we see in the background every now and then. No, characters that have had lines before, has had some personality to them, but hasn't been explored that deeply to consider them a main character. That's Laura, and I think they're going to kill Laura off in the season during the Whisperer War. Tanya, one of the Negan's wives, I think she's safe. I don't even know if she's going to show up. We haven't seen her in a while. Also leads into Amber, but if Amber does show up, which I don't think she will, honestly, if she does show up, I think she's dead. Mark, Amber's boyfriend, dead as well. King Ezekiel, he is safe, honestly, and a lot of people disagree with me on this. A lot of people think he's a goner this season, but I just don't see why that would make any sense. I mean, they literally killed off Henry. Why would they kill off Ezekiel as well just a season later? Now, if they killed off Ezekiel last season, it would make more sense. If they're going to kill him off, they would have gave him his Pike death. They would not have saved it for the Whisper War. That would make sense to me. Ezekiel, I think, is safe, and we're going to see a lot more of him within the future, and I hope we do, because he's really cool. Next up, Jerry. Jerry's a character that I think they'll kill off within the future, but I think they're really going to build him up to be a main character eventually. I think they will. I think Jerry's got a lot of potential, and I think he's slowly working his way up to main character category. Because right now, he's kind of just comic relief side character to me, which is cool and all. But I think the fans just love him so much that the writers wouldn't want to write him out of the show, you know? And there really wouldn't be a big reason to do it other than to impact. I mean, who's going to impact? Ezekiel, maybe Carol a little bit. That's about it, you know? I wouldn't see the reason to do it. Yes, like I said, we need some side characters to die in the war, but Jerry's just not one of them, I think. Next up, Alden. They killed off Enid. They wouldn't kill off Alden as well, so Alden is safe. And I do want to see a lot more of him, so I am excited. And he's one of the saviors that are still alive as well, so it's nice to have some saviors left over. Magna, let's get onto Magna's group. Magna and Yamako, both of them safe, 100%. They have a lot more to do with these characters, so I think they're going to do a lot more. I think these characters are going to end up being main characters just like Jerry within a few seasons from now, so expect to see a lot more of them. Connie, same with them too. I think she's safe for a while. The only reason why I would think Connie might die is because of the fact that the actress is going to be she's one of the main characters within the Eternals Marvel movie that is coming out within, I think, 2020 or 21 maybe. She's starring in that. She's one of the main characters in that. So does that mean she's going to be doing more Marvel movies? She's probably going to get a lot more offers for other movies as well. So that might give them reason to kill her off, or she might want to leave even. But at the same time, I don't know, you know what I mean? But I think season 10, she's safe. But possibly season 11 or 12, I think she's going to be goner. I mean, she's a really talented actress. She's a deaf actress, and she's really talented, you know, in that position. And I just don't see why she wouldn't take more offers, you know? I think she's going to get a lot. I do. I mean, they're always looking to get, you know, as many diverse groups of people these days in movies and shows. So they'd be happy to take a really good deaf actress for sure. And, I mean, she's really talented. So I would not be surprised at all if that was the case. So Connie this season, though, I think is safe. I think they're almost done filming. So to be fair, I think she'll be all right. But her sister, Kelly, on the other hand, no, she's dead. They have to kill off one of these characters because the group themselves, they haven't lost anyone of the core group. I mean, other than they lost that one dude, Bernie, or whatever the hell his name was. We didn't see him, but, you know, we saw that they lost him. I think they do need someone to die in this war to really push them closer to the rest of the group, and I think it's going to be Kelly. Next up, Luke. I'm only saying this because I really don't want him to die, but at the same time, I really do think he might die. But Luke, I'm going to put as safe. I'm just hoping and praying, man. I really am. I mean, it's like this character's a 50-50 for me. Because the only reason why I think he's going to live is because the actor is so damn good that, come on, they got to keep him, right? And he's got this bromance with Alden that I really like a lot, so it'd be interesting to see more of that. And I just want to see him develop as a character, but at the same time, I don't know, he's an easy character to just pick out and kill, you know what I mean? But other than that, I do think it's kind of 50-50 for me, but I'm gonna put leaning towards safe. Gage, which is one of the teenager kids, I don't think they're gonna kill off more teenagers. I really don't. But at the same time, Gage is just a douchebag, so they usually kill off the douchebag teenagers. Let's be real here. So Gage is gonna die. Marco, another one of the teenage characters who's from the hilltop. We've maybe seen a few lines of dialogue from him in season 9. I think he's safe, though. I think they're going to keep more teenagers along, and I think he's one of them. Cal, we've seen more of in season 9. He's been just kind of like one of those background characters as well. He's had some funny lines here and there, but like I said, we got to kill off some of these side dudes in this war. It's a goddamn war, so we got to see some people die. Cal, I think, is dead. Oscar, you probably have no idea who he is. I don't think he's had one line of dialogue at all. But we've seen him a few times in the background in season 9, and that's reason enough to count him as a character, I guess. So Oscar, I'm sorry you're gonna die, buddy. I feel it coming. Next up, Earl Sutton. They killed off his wife, so no way in hell is he dying as well. Earl's safe. Of course, he's got the baby to look after as well, which the baby I think is safe too. I think they named the baby Adam, if I'm not mistaken. William. He had one line of dialogue in season 9, episode 11. That's it. So, yeah, I think he's going to die. Diane, I think is safe. She's been around for a while as well. But, I don't know. She seems like a character that could definitely last longer and maybe be a main character eventually. But at the same time, probably not. She'll probably stick as being a side character or maybe die within a later season. But this season itself, I think she's safe. Nabila, Jerry's girlfriend or wife? I don't know if they're considered married, but maybe they are. I don't know. She's dead. I mean, come on. They gotta develop Jerry's character. Like I said, they should develop his character, and a good way to develop his character would be to have his wife die, and then he has to now take over the kids and you know, parent them on his own. I feel like that'd be really developing for his character. It would be quite touching in some ways, but it would be fucked up to see her die, of course, because she's a nice character. But yeah, I think she's gonna die. Then we move on to the Whispers. Alpha, Beta, and Gamma. The only Whispers really have names of, other than obviously like Lydia or something, but she's not really a Whisper anymore, is she? Alpha, dead. Beta, dead. Gamma, dead. I don't think they're keeping any Whispers alive. Gamma, although I do think Gamma is going to be a good person. I don't think she's going to be this horrible Whisper like the others. Because we see in the trailer, she's actually talking to Michonne in the scene. And they don't look threatening toward each other. They look like they're just kind of chilling. A lot of people are saying that that might be Winnie in the future, which is, I guess, possible. I don't know. But at the same time, I don't think it's the case because I don't think it's that far in the future. It's like 7 years after that. So Gamma would be like, well, Winnie would be like, I don't know, she was maybe like 10 or something in the flashback. So she'd probably be like 17, 18. But I don't know, the actress Thora Birch doesn't look that young at all. She's much older than that. So actually, I'm going to look up right now Thora Birch because, oh, she's 37. Yeah, she's 37. Exactly. She can't play a 17-year-old. So, I mean, I don't know. She looks kind of young in some pictures, but it's no, there's no way. So that's not Winnie. Let's be real here. But Gamma, I think she's going to be she's going to be helpful to the group in some way, but I think she'll die by the end of the season. Every season has one of those characters that's introduced in the beginning and dies in the end of the season. I call them one-season characters. We've had plenty. Season 3, you got Milton. He was a one-season character. Season 4, you got Lizzie and Mika, one-season characters. Season 5, you got Noah, one-season character. They're introduced within like the first couple episodes and killed off within the last couple episodes. Season 6, I'm trying to think who was season 6. Denise was a one-season character. Season 7, you had Richard and Benjamin. Season 8, I can't think of a season 8 one. Wow, I can't think of a season 8 one. Regardless, most seasons have these type of characters that are one-off type things, and I think Gamma might be one of those. They did introduce a few other characters, but we know nothing about them. I have no reason to, say if I think if they're going to die or not, because we know nothing about them. I do know a little bit about Gamma, though, because she's a Whisperer. I mean, that's all I really need to know for me to decide whether or not she's going to live. Oceanside people, we got Rachel. I think she's safe. Sydney's safe. Beatrice, I think, is going to die, though. I think they're going to get at least one of the Oceanside girls to die, and I think it's going to be Beatrice. And then, of course, we have Maggie, Eduardo, Herschel, Georgie, Hilda, Midge. I think they're all safe. I don't think many of them are going to show up. I hope Maggie does, but we really don't know right now at this point. If she does, doesn't matter. She's going to live anyways. Eduardo, I think, is probably with Maggie. Possibly. That's why he hasn't been in it. So I think he's safe. Herschel's safe. Georgia, Hilda, Midge, all safe. And boom. That is all the characters that we have within The Walking Dead Season 10. Named characters, have somewhat of importance. Some of them not so much. Some of them more so than others. You get the idea. Let me know your predictions down in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.